You're listening to Critical Mass Radio. Now, it's our turn.
Hey. Good evening. Welcome to Outside the Box. I'm your host, Kate of Gaia. Oh, here we go again, hey? Just doesn't want to stop, does it? Man, I'm tired. Anyway, what an interesting evening it was last night. Seems like they were coming out of the woodwork from everywhere. Must be touching a nerve. That's what, 3 days in a row? Yeah, it is our turn, baby. No shit, it's our turn, is it? All over that for you. Anyway, yeah. So, of course, not to be outdone, our dear psycho friend Laura decided to go into another room. Just couldn't, being blocked and stopped from every angle just isn't enough to stop the psychotics. Anyway, hopefully she's tuned in right now. That's all I'm going to say about it. Wow. You remember the movie Fatal Attraction? Well, think of that, just without any sort of sex or anything. Man, I fucking reel them in, I'll tell you that much. Anyway, there you go. Well, got to reel them in to show them what they are. But not going to be distracted. Okay, let me see. I just got one more little thing to do here. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but the internet is just snailing along. It's so slow. Anyway, where are we here? Sorry, just gotta go through a bit of cleanup here tonight. Where are we? Let me see. Synchronicity show posts. Leave group. There we go. All right. Anyway, and thankfully, I gotta tell you, Tony was really, really slow in terms of putting anything up that was anything to do with Santa or myself. But man, oh man, when it's something for him, boy, he can remove all my stuff and leave group, of course. Can't be re-added, thanks. But boy, he can get rid of me in a hurry. So much for being busy all the time, right? So there you go. So just so people know, I have absolutely zero affiliation with fear porn site synchronicity.com. Yeah, it's the intent of what it was created never sat with me, and I fought it tooth and nail. And yeah, Tony, you're right, absolutely. It doesn't matter what Kate thinks; she's just along for the ride. Well, let's see how your jet plane flies without fuel, my friend. Haven't heard anything from Danny. He got awful quiet, smart boy. And of course, last night. Sorry, guys, I just had to leave her in the room long enough for her to expose what I've been dealing with for the last, I don't know, a couple of months anyway. Yeah, it's very reminiscent of my music days, I say hi to somebody, and next thing you know, I've got a stalker. So it's actually happened many times, so it was standard operating procedure. That's why I kept very detailed notes as to what was going on. That's what I do, right? And when you get an instinct, you get a vibe, and okay, well, I'm just going to keep track of this. Just watch my back. This one smells like the last 30 or 40. Anyway, I didn't get an opportunity to sacrifice any goats before the show tonight to bath mat, so Laura, please forgive me. Anyway, yeah, there you go. Yeah, just weird stuff. It's just been kind of crazy. I guess reporting people and blocking people and getting rid of them isn't enough of a hint. Here, let me just say it really, really easily for you. Fuck off. Get out of my universe, okay? You're part of my consciousness that I need to get rid of. That's the lesson, right? So there you go. Venus, you have to hit the little Skype icon. If it's not on your page, hon, no, it should go. It can be a pain in the ass, trust me. All right, so just keep at it. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3. I've actually had 5 and 6 times to get in through that. So just be patient. Refresh your page, and no, you're getting it right. It's not you, trust me. Technology sucks. That's why. Thanks, Ninja. I have a bath mat with a goat design on it. I sacrificed that bath mat. Does that work? Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, hon. Just like that. Yeah, and lo and behold, of course, true to form, the individual last night has been very busy going around different people, and that's why I said at the start of the convo, I said this should be good. Take all the rope you need, and I just let people go, and whatever is. I don't really give a shit. So, and I don't take it seriously either. Just look at it for what it is and go, So there you go. So what was I saying that was pissing off the powers that be for all these? You're welcome, Steve. For all these, idiosyncrasies that are showing up. All of a sudden, it's funny. I start talking about Orion and my hunches on it and what it is and where all our energy is being siphoned off to, and next thing you know is I'm getting lambasted by Danny Wilton. Of course, I guess I can come right out and say it now. I mean, shit, the evidence is all in. He's an intellectual property thief is what he is. He has an original idea in his skull. So there you go. Mind you, I will say some of the pictures that he stole from other people to do his work and stuff. They unveiled enough information for me to look at Orion, in countless different perspectives and go, isn't that interesting? Things that make you go, So anyway, just thought I'd throw that out there, and of course, the techno wizard Tony, completely stuck in. Somebody asked me what happened. I just got. Oh, there you are. Thank you, hon. I got it. Number 27. All right. So let me see. For being a little communicator, mutable air, airy fairy Gemini, I've got fangs, and I got a little lion working in my favor called the Leo Ascendant. Right? So. Okay. There we go. Yeah, wow, crazy how it works, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, I've just, and of course the little psychotic episode last night in the Love and Stuff room, that was, honest to God, that was just hilarious to watch. But it just laid to rest everything that I already knew and was feeling. And, boy, could I share some stories. But anyway, needless to say, it's like, I apologize for anyone that needs to be a stalker if I actually said hi to you and you thought more of it than just, how's it going? Sorry, that's kind of how it works, right? Anyway, oh yeah, Patience of Job? Oh, no, that was my impatient younger brother. See, the thing is, the only time you ever need patience is when you take shit seriously. And, when I see the stuff coming in, and, there was a time that I would have, I've been on the air a long time, and I've certainly had my go at, shills and what have you. And all that does is feed it all the wrong energy. So all I offer up now is, you want to be ridiculous, then I'll offer up ridicule. That's what you're looking for. That's what you're manifesting. That's what you're creating. So I'm just going to be your little mirror and go, whoosh, how do you like yourself now? Anyway, so that's kind of where I exist. But, there was a few things I wanted to go over today. That's, I had to go through over 300 emails just to, get back to a reasonable amount to go through, so my apologies. I have a very difficult time replying to emails because it's just as slow. Outlook Express sucks major horsey, okay? It's very slow. It's almost like the page has to reload every time you type a letter, and it's same with Facebook too, so my apologies. It's now that we've got the tools and we're using them, they're making them slow, right? Oh, did we figure it out? I'm sorry, alphabet letter gangs. And by the way, I'm really hoping some shills show up tonight. Ooh, I need some new material. Let me see if there's anybody in here that might be. Ooh, not that I can tell. Okay. Well, hey, big shout out to the shills. If you could show up, that would be great. Please bring original material. We've heard all the attempted derogatory comments. They're like old. There was one, I can't remember the individual's name, but the whole purple unicorn vibrator thing was just, that was good. So as you notice, I've kind of hung on to that one. Thank you for that. I had a chainsaw to it, so I kind of added my own little originality thing to it. So there you go. Anyway, let me see. I'm just kind of hanging out in the Love and Stuff room right now. And let me see, I've got BTR listener 27. Now, let me see. Not sure who live is. That should be interesting. Let me see. Now, I'm not seeing Skype. I don't get the BTR 027 thing. Yeah. Okay, you hit one. You opened up your little keypad thingy. Let me see. Where are you? Still not seeing you, hon. Just give me a second here. Let me. Sorry about the noise, guys. It's. I think everyone waits till I get on. Get on the air before they start revving up their pieces of shit. Hey, look how cool and tough I am. Okay. Let me just check your Skype. Just make sure I've got it, because sometimes. Let me see. Let me open up view profile just to make sure I've got. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, it comes up as your Skype name. It doesn't come up as a listener. And your Skype tag is different than your Skype name, so now I know who you are. Okay, so yeah, there's no nothing came up beside your name, hon. But I'll tell you what, I'll bring you in, and because you were asking about something, so let's cover that. I'll take a few minutes. We'll do that. So I'll open up your mic there, Venus. How are you?
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me, Kate?
No, I can't hear you at all.
Sorry about all the confusion. I never really messed with Skype till recently, and
isn't it fun?
I just realized my name and my Skype tag were different until you said that. I wasn't thinking.
That's okay. I'm a creative Skype whore. I go and check everything to make sure I got what I need. So.
It's good. But yeah, I was wondering about all the traveling and the documents and Okay.
Well, here it is in a nutshell. Let me give it to you in a nutshell. Unless you want to go through what I did as far as contacting the embassy and knowing exactly who you are, and getting your own emergency passport and what have you, which is a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. Well, it is. When you have to take your late father's ashes back to Ireland, you kind of have a motivator there, right? So, if it's just a matter of getting across the border, all I will tell you is just get the bloody. You know who you are. Just get the bloody passport. Satiate these dopes at the border. Save yourself the harassment and the hassle, and just get it over with. When you get across the border, keep it or burn it. Doesn't matter. Just do what you have to do. You know who you are. Here's the thing. This is the physical and the spiritual separating here, okay? If you know who you are spiritually, now you're in what I deem to be honor. You're only doing things because it's impossible to do something otherwise. I'm holding the line on this one, okay? As far as, the ID thing and all the rest of it, I carry nothing. The only thing I carry is proof of fraud. But I know how to use it, okay? That's called a birth certificate, right? So people, if you were cornered and that's all you had, could you handle it? And chances are, based on your experience, probably not. So I'm not asking people to do that. Toe the line. Just keep yourself safe from these jarheads and imbeciles that are nothing but programmed automatons at borders and running around in their cruisers and sitting at benches in courts and what have you. So just do what you have to do. What's that?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was going to say, that's all I have to do. I mean, I don't...
Yeah, no. Why are you apologizing? I'm telling you exactly what... I'm trying to answer your question. I just want people worrying about it. That's all. Just get where you need to be. Do what you have to do. You're in honor traveling. Same thing with Santo. Santo and I had this conversation. And he was really concerned because he didn't want to have to do this. And I said, just do what you have to. You know who you are. Okay? Roman maxim, now that you know who you are, you can put it into place. No one can be expected to do the impossible.
Yeah.
So here I am actually doing the impossible, living.
Yeah, I saw one of your videos before about the judge that bowed. That Baal priest, he bowed and ran pretty quick. They're all cowards though, so once you catch on to it. See, here's the thing, right? In as much as the system still likes to feign its power, that should be enough of an indicator and a clue to people that they have rules that they must follow. It's when you figure out the universal side of it and you enforce with your own inner self the whole notion of that you are a creator and you're the one
holding the power, they run pretty quick, and that is the difference.
Yeah, that really, really impressed me. It's like, I gotta talk to her and ask her something. Because, like, I don't plan on, like, needing to come back or anything. I really just trying to leave where I am. I'm not going to say anything else worse, but...
Yeah, well, you know what, hon?
That's all I need. So.
Yeah, get where you need to be and use whatever tools you have to. This is the use the tool, don't be the tool, right? So...
Yeah.
So you're not being the tool, you're using them now. It's not, you're not doing it because it's like, oh, I have to get this because I'm ignorant and a slave. And the fact that you ask the question, how do I do it without paperwork, is the answer enough for me. You know who you are, and you know you don't want to be part of it. Now you can step across in honor.
Huh. Thank you.
Cool, huh?
Yeah, that is. I like how you think about that. You know all this stuff, and I'm just kind of stepping into this. And...
Well, I only know what I know, kiddo, and, I've made lots of mistakes to find my way. And it hasn't been an easy walk, but I'll tell you what I got out of it was the fact that I can share as much stuff as I can from that experience. And that's all this is. I mean, I had to live these things to be able to share them. And... people are waking. People are waking up. Looks like we have Brian and Helen in again tonight. Let's see if we can get the dynamic duo on fire here.
But thanks a lot for answering that one, Kate.
No problem. Hang out for a sec. Hang out.
Oh yeah, I'll hang out the whole time.
All right. So,
I'm here.
Brian and Helen, you guys there or what?
Hey, I'm here. Helen's at work. I think she's listening from work still.
Okay, good to hear your voice, my friend. What's on your mind?
Same. I just came to hang out and listen and maybe have something to say here and there.
Okay, cool. Chime in. Now, you know the routine with me, guys. I leave your mics open on my end, so if you can, just to save any background noise, whatever, when you're not talking, I do the same thing. When I'm not talking, I mute myself. So just mute on your end. And for you newbies on Skype, it's the little microphone. Just click on it. It will mute your mic. You can still hear everything fine. And when you want to say something, just unmute it and jump in. And then when you're done, jump back out. So it just keeps the noise down, because we've had lots of different kinds of noise, ranging from dogs barking, children screaming, pots and pans getting knocked around, snoring, you name it. Yeah, I put people to sleep sometimes. Come on. Oh, I love this game. The sooner I can stop playing it, the better. But yeah, it's been an interesting few days. So how about we move off into the ether for a little bit here, and I really want to hit home a couple of ideas just to see how many more snakes we can shake out of the grass. You guys in?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you might be. Okay, so here we go. Excuse me, I've been asked a bit about Orion lately. And one of the things that I'm finding are people are asking, have you read this book? No, I haven't. Have you heard of this individual? No, I haven't. And then they're coming back around and saying, well, they're talking about the exact same thing. So what that tells me, I don't get time to read anymore at all. Generally, I just see posts and I follow the yellow brick road. And actually, even the amount of reading I did was enough to give me the information I needed. I didn't need to read 300 tomes of this, that, and the other, so I saved myself the time and the bother and the distraction. And as fate would have it, the stuff that I have read, even segments or whatever, every part of it was absolutely perfect. It gave me what I need. It's weird. It's almost like it was, you only need to read this paragraph in this book, and you only need to read these 3 pages in this book, and you need to read, the opening chapter, and that's it in that book. And here we are, I think the last real full thing that I read, because it was fascinating, was Robert Morningsky. What's it called? Terra Papers 2. I'd read 1, and I saw the allegory and beautiful being that he is, and the things that were shared to him from his grandfather and his life experiences, and just the way he carried himself. I saw him, resonated with him as a pure two-spirit in perfect balance. And one of the things, the allegories of his life was he was raised, I believe, was it Hopi and Apache? Could have been. anyway, Hopi being the feminine and Apache being the masculine. So he would spend a week back and forth. He, as he was growing up, because he was raised by his grandparents in both tribes. So he got a beautiful balanced perspective growing up. So, but that was really the last full-length thing I read, and it gave me a lot of hints into language and sigils and whatnot. And it still took me a while to really narrow it down. But again, the things that I'm seeing coming across with people asking, saying, okay, you're talking about the same stuff, same concepts and everything else. What I didn't read them in a book. So what that does, that affirms for me that the downloads are pretty good. Because I have to cross-reference and check me too, right? Because I want to make sure that there's nothing coming in that's tainted. But I always know just by the feeling of it whether it's I'm going to follow a hunch or not. That tricky little bastard doesn't play many tricks anymore. So, and that's why when I'm dealing with the stuff I've been dealing with the last few days, I just look at it and go, I must be doing something right. And again, I put everything in the mirror. It's like the system ramping up the fear porn. It's just, look how afraid you are. Look what you have. Look at the lengths you have to go to try to scare us, and we're not buying it. You got Pope stepping down. You got queens in hiding and shit, and all the rest of it. It's like, oh no. There's nothing going on there, is there? No. This is the power you wield, and this is about doing it with life and love. It's not about vengeance, I was posting the show link. I got out to a couple of different pages there and saw one picture of a guy who's got this shotgun barrel. I'm going, oh, well, I guess you got a little ways to go yet, my friend. Put the guns down, please. Doesn't work. That only feeds the energy the Archons want desperately. So take the victory, guys. If what we're going through right now had happened 30 or 40, probably 40 years ago, there would have been riots in the street and bloodshed. So thank you guys for holding the light. That's all you need to do, right? You got three options: fist fight, hold the light, or carry out the dead. There's your three crosses again, right? So hold the light, and you guys are doing great. That's all we got to do. We just got to hold on. As I was talking with Steve, I don't know if you were on the air and we talked about it, but this dance that we're in, sometimes it's a nice waltz, sometimes it's a tango, and sometimes it's a jitterbug and it shakes your teeth out of your face. But you just got to go with the dance. And this dance is about letting go and letting the dance lead. So that's your divine feminine. The masculine intent leads and the divine feminine holds on, right? And vice versa. It's a perfect mirror of itself, and it's completely neutral. Very difficult concept to share. I need a new dictionary because the words that are there just don't cover it anymore. Isn't that funny, eh? But,
I just recorded a song called "Let It Go."
There you go.
A band I'm working with like a couple of days ago.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, the whole idea is the chains that you think you're holding on to are just that. You're holding on to them. It's anchored to the ground, but this whole ego thing wants to keep you holding on and because what I'm talking about here is stepping onto the other side. This is an ethereal war, not a physical one. I mean, the manifestation that we see here is the direct result of that spiritual aspect, and we're going to see the ramifications of it. Ram, I, Phi, Ka, T ions or shuns, right? Right, so it's all there. It's some things are just hard to put into words. So I'm going to do my best tonight and keep walking this path, and hopefully I can drop a few more pearls that I can use, and hopefully you guys can resonate with and use as well. Getting back to Orion, it totally made sense to me. Looking at all the different bits and pieces of research and little clues that come in, because everything has a reason. Everything that you get in Facebook posts or whatever, everything has a reason. Can you see it? And that's all I'm doing. I'm looking for the reason. Why am I getting this? What is this piece leading me to, or is it a piece that I that's missing that I have to add to something else? And what I have noticed over the last 5-6 months anyway, specifically, these pieces are coming into view a lot more readily, a lot more easily. I think it was Brian on Facebook. It might not be you, Brian, but Brian on Facebook posted what they saw on the subway, mirror, mirror on the wall, a picture of it, So
that was me.
That was you. So there's someone paying attention to the clues and the Hansel and Gretel breadcrumbs on the yellow brick road. Well done. Isn't it funny how these things start to jump out at you? And this is all I'm trying to share is be alert and look for things that resonate with you. Things that make you go, yeah, okay, that kind of stuff. The things that you go, oh, that figures. Yep, well, okay, I get it, and you move on to the next piece, right? This is the way through the maze here. So with Orion, for me, it was really simple. I mean, we can look at Roma, mirrored Amor, and since all roads lead to Rome, that's great. Now, okay, where are those roads leading to? Okay, we know all the roads lead to Rome, but what the hell is Rome connected to with the psi stem, or system, whatever you want to say, spirit stem, right? It's all there. So I thought, okay, well, other observatories, telescopes, whatever, are focused on Orion and the Orion Nebula. Lucifer being one of the telescopes, very telltale, and the bringer of the light. So, and then of course there's DW, Danny Wilton boy, talking about speaking bad about Lucifer. Well, here's the duality problem that people have. Can you not look at both sides of it and say, is it good and evil? Can you see both sides of it? Because if you can't, you're blind. I don't care what picture you see. If you can't even see that, you are blind. And that's it. I dare you to pick up a coin that only has a head on it and no other side. It's an awful long coin, infinitely, if you know what I mean. The duality aspect, you have to see both sides of it. That's your Trinity. When you look at the heads and tails and the coin itself, that is your himself, herself, itself Trinity, divine Trinity of one singularity. I'm walking clue, right? Masculine, feminine. Creating the itself, me, which is a Trinity of one. That's why 3 is the magic number. 3 times the charm, right? You've heard it in the fairy tales, Dorothy, click your heels together 3 times, and there's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. It might be a clue. Another clue in the courtroom. They will ask you 3 times for your name. In my case, I think he asked 4 or 5 times. I was really pissing that guy off. But I think he figured he could trick me into it. Sorry, I was not in the mood that day. My divine feminine bitch was in full swing, so bring it on, asshole. And, well, you know how that turned out. I'm still sitting here. He bowed, and, of course, the system had to come at me with phase 2. Well, Catherine can't be bought. Better attack the living shit out of her. And let's get all the stupid minions, the mayors and the chiefs of police and the cops and the local media and all the rest of these. And, well, let's bring in a couple more cities like Toronto and Newmarket. The mayor's there, and, of course, the court's there, and law firms, greasy lawyers and whatever. Get them all in the mix, and of course, I have to give the sheriff of Wellington County, I don't even know her name, but I got to give her the dopiest sheriff on the planet award. And I know this for a fact. She only works off flowcharts because when she got the job, she had no prior experience at all, no legal background, nothing. Yeah, that's the sheriff of Wellington County. Really. This is the kind of, of course, you want to have stupid people in key positions so that you can give them little flowcharts. And, of course, they get this, well, I'm the new manager now, ego boost, right? Or I'm the new sheriff, and, look at me. Oh, shut up. You're take your clothes off. You're still naked like the rest of us, right? Tell you what.
I feel like the judge sits 3 steps up, too, or something like that. Or I think I read that.
Yeah, it could be. Again, that's that 3 thing, right? It's all about the Trinity. Look at Rome, right? Father, Son, Holy Ghost. Well, there's not a whole lot of feminine going on there, I think. That's a little kinky as far as I'm concerned.
It's creepy there, too. I went to Rome last year, and it's just a creepy place.
Yeah, and it's getting creepier, and it's getting exposed for being the creepy place it is. And isn't it funny that every religion on this planet is based out of Rome? So effectively, anyone that's preaching their words, either through Christianity or Islam or Judaism, whatever, they were all manufactured there, guys. You see, because Rome was a transplant of Egypt after the pyramids got disabled, so the Egyptian slavery kingdom was effectively destroyed. So they had to get their ass out of Dodge, right? So of course they moved it all up to Rome. And then you got the 7 hills of Rome, which there's your map out of the fractal of the Pleiades, right? And everyone's talking about these different things. And of course, Pleiades is just what is it? Just north of Orion. Yeah, I think if you follow the belt over and up, Pleiades is there. So again, I mean, all these things, and there's one of the stars in the Pleiades, Maya, which means illusion, right? So, excuse me, and of course there's Electra. So that would tell me that that's a masculine, right? So, I mean, the 7 hills of Rome, right? And that same motif is used throughout the world. You'll see it in many different places. The 7 points that are the symbology of the Pleiades. Something else, Danny, you didn't probably check this, but you might want to. Cygnus actually maps out Egypt better than Orion does.
Oh, hey, I was looking at Cygnus last night. I have a thing on my iPad. When you hold it up to the sky, it shows all the stars or whatever and where they're positioned. And I don't know if I ever heard you talk about it or not, but I noticed it's the northern crux. Or no, wait, what is it called? Yeah, whatever. There's the southern. It's going directly opposite of the crux.
Southern Cross, northern.
Yeah, the Northern Cross. That's right.
Yeah.
And the Southern Cross is an actual cross, so it's like polar opposite, heading the opposite direction from the cross. It's kind of interesting. I don't know. Yeah,
and again, the swan in terms of ancient history is the oldest of all the symbols. And the swan, of course, is divine feminine. And there was a picture, I think it might have been Immortal or could have been Aaron, that put a picture up of a 1800s game board, I think in the 1880s. I forget what it was, Swan something or whatever. But the actual, I don't know if it was the game board or the cover, but it was very, very telling. It had a white swan with a golden crown on its neck with a chain coming from it. And the first thing I saw was, okay, well there they go. It's about chaining the divine feminine down. But here was the neat thing. All that swan has to do, because the way the crown. Look at the unicorn on what do you call it? No mythical beast, right? That's why the British monarch's coat of arms or whatever. What do they call it? Yeah, a coat of arms. It has the unicorn and the lion, and it has the same crown with the same chain. And all the unicorn and the swan have to do is bow to the feminine, and the crown falls off, and you take back your own crown, right? So, I mean, these are allegorical pictures to me. And look at the saying, when you check out a ship or a mind, you check it out from bow to stern, which is, of course, you have to, like that judge did, he bowed to the divine feminine. That's what he did. He knew he had to. And that's all you got to do. You bow to the divine feminine, the crown falls off. You're not chained by an illusion any longer. And we're moving through a very interesting thing right now, as far as I can tell, just based on the feedback and the different things that have been popping up in the last few days. There's a purge going on, and this is separation of the wheat and chaff time. And I got to tell you, nothing makes me happier than being attacked, because if I'm being attacked, I'm doing something right. It's the same allegory with the cops and everything else. I mean, here's the people that are supposed to be upholding the law, and as soon as you expose the law for the bullshit that it is, and that a lot of people are getting harmed, they're the go-to goonies to shut you up. It's like I go back to the allegory of Jesus in the Bible when he went over and turned the tables in the temple. That was him, and woe to ye, lawyers, scribes, and Pharisees, right? For you have corrupted the truth. And he walked in there and kicked over the money lending tables, and it was the only time he was ever in a temple, as far as I can tell, anyway. And like a church, right? And of course, what happened to him then? The whole system came at him, and then of course you have the the typical democratic mob asking for their cast your vote to Pontius. What shall I do with Jesus? And of course there's mob rule, democracy, or democracy, right? Of course that's why the neocons want to sell democracy, because it's a step back from republic. The next step forward is anarchy, anarchy, right? Then there was also who posted it today? Hello there, I think you posted Anubis. There's that whole Egyptian, I believe it's god of death or whatever. Not a very happy character, right? But there you have Anubis. And as soon as I hear the word bus, in terms of studio speak, a bus is something that routes, right? And of course, when you're riding on a bus, you have a bus route, right? So then I thought, well, Anubis, Anu, Orion Nebula, Anu there. So that must be the Anu bus circuit that is getting fed all this energy. I mean, from the sheeple that flock to their energy capacitor collection points called churches and courts. Same thing, right? And of course, these people are duped into thinking that the God they're worshiping is a God of love. I mean, there's enough clues in that book if you want to look at it literally, and that's how people are taught it, literally. I'm not sure at what point murdering your own child is a good thing, or the fact that you're jealous, or that you're vengeful, or that you like to smite entire nations because somehow your Chosenites matter more. Of course, a God of creation would of course pick one creation over another because that's totally balanced, right? That's an all-loving God. There's no bias there. Oh man, the allegories abound. But and given the fact that none of the stuff ever happened anyway, Tel Aviv professor at the University of Tel Aviv said so. We've archaeology, right? Been searching for over 100 years and we haven't found anything. No walls of Jericho, nothing. And these guys are desperate. It's as one of the guys that countered this professor said, well, the stories of the Bible are believable. I said, yeah, sure they are. When you put enough people, ignorant people in a room and put on these flashy costumes and look like you're somehow smarter than them, of course they're going to believe it, you morons. So here we have the collection units, and we go to Dave LaPointe with the primer fields. You see the two domes. Well, you see one anyway. You'll see it in his videos, but you don't see the other dome over the cathedrals, right? That's the part you don't see. But that's where all this energy is getting collected in these capacitors, and is getting sent to the Anu, which is a male Anu. It is a counterclockwise spiral, whereas the female is clockwise. The easiest way to define me is here I am walking around in what would be perceived as a formerly male body, but I've got a clockwise turning Anu inside me. Of course I know who I am, right? So that's a part that people can't see. But what are we caught with? We're caught with the illusion. We look at things, we look at people, and we pass our judgments based on the physical instead of feeling your way into it. And I'll tell you, here's a living example for everybody, because I know you've all been in situations where someone walks into a room and you just didn't feel comfortable. You didn't even have to look at them, but you felt their energy. That's the shit I'm talking about. That's the unseen. That's trusting in yourself. And we have been duped for so long into trusting everything outside of ourselves because of what some priest or preacher or minister or cop, court, judge, whatever, I don't give a shit what it is, presidents, prime ministers. We've been so duped into looking outside of ourselves for answers that when of course when those answers don't come and these people screw you over, what happens? Well, kind of hope gets knocked down a little bit, doesn't it? Yeah. And of course that makes you even more vulnerable for the next carrot, be it opt or whatever it is. I don't give a shit what it is. Okay? If it's got something attached to it that has you reaching outside of yourself for the solution, that's what I call a savior program. Rusa was that, the dinar, anything of that nature. That's searching outside of yourself for a carrot. that you shouldn't be going after because the answers aren't outside of you. You're a creator, for crying out loud. What the hell do you need an external satiation for? Look how badly we've been duped. Look what we've forgotten. What did you forget, to remember? And these are the questions I ask myself. What do I have to remember? What was it I forgot that I knew I'd forget that I have to remember now? And I just keep doing that over and over. And neat stuff comes out when you do that, because you're starting to have a little faith in yourself instead of putting it into the words and actions and robes of another. Time to break the program. Time to get into your anu and become the anarchist, right? I don't know what else. Well, we got the drummer boys over tonight, so you can probably hear a bit of that in the background. At least they're inside. It's quieter. But anyway, so there it is for me. I mean, there's a savior program that Rome has been running. They've been doing it since Egyptian times. And for anyone that thinks the Egyptian culture was all that and a bag of chips, they were one of the greatest slave nations on the planet. You had your pharaohs, and you had your pharaohs, what do they call them? Administration, right? So you have your Ra-Ka pharaohs, right? And you have your Ra shields, the protectors of the Ra-Ka pharaohs, right? We all know what those names turn into: Rockefellers and Rothschilds. And of course, when Egypt had its ass handed to it, with the pyramids getting neutralized, i.e., all the limestone removed. Typically, a flood does that. Gaia was a little bit upset, and it was cataclysmic after the last ice age. There was an extreme flood. You can look at some of the old maps back in around the 1500s that had Antarctica on the map, and these were all maps from people Portuguese and whatever adventurers that went out and had mapped them out and had access to even older maps that they got their hands on. Another good example of that, and this is going back about 11,500 years ago, that this ice age cataclysm occurred. I'm not talking religious as far as the flood goes. That flood was a very deliberate attempt from Gaia to shake the fleas off her back. And when you think the pyramids are well, can I call them man-made? They're made by somebody or something. Oh, I caught a few minutes of Dave Wilcock video. Boy, that guy needs to give his head a shake. He's like so close and so far away at the same time. Still not getting it. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Talking about the Elohim and Moloch and all the rest of it. And yeah, granted, there have been giants on the planet before that don't have human DNA in them. I just look at Gaia as being another step in the reclamation of, or they trying to claim the entire galaxy and everything else in the physical. Very stuck entities that are stuck in the physical universe. So of course they're going to go after that kind of stuff because they never had the ability to create. All they had was a slightly higher level of knowing that went real south on us. That's part of our consciousness, right? So getting back on track here about Egypt, yeah, of course the gold cap got removed because all the pyramids were mind control. They were, power supplies, to keep the cities lit up and what have you. But they were also used as manipulative tools to keep the slaves in order. And, you get within range of that. Your reptilian add-on brain is a transceiver that overrides everything. And of course, that's where the ego program comes into play. And then they instill the savior program by, you can talk about even in the video Wilcock was talking about, the ancient gods. They're not gods. If they were, you wouldn't be finding their skeletons, eh? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, yeah, that's the meat stick illusion. They might have lived 1,000, 10,000 years. Who knows? It's irrelevant to me. The fact is, they weren't able to maintain infinite like we can, and that's exactly why we're the ones that are here to save ourselves, right? And you're at the Alamo, and we're not letting go this time. We've been hammered too many times in the past, These are intuitive feelings that I've had my whole life. That I got something to do here, and it hasn't been accomplished in a very long time. And this time we got it. That's why we're here. That's why we're conscious. That's why we're awake at this particular, in this particular dimension at this particular time. Only the best and the brightest got this job, guys. You're it. So that's pretty impressive stuff, actually, when you stop and think about it. But go ahead.
I was thinking about what you said about all the trinities and the threes, and I was thinking when you were talking about courts, about government and such, that there's 3 branches: executive, legislative, and judicial. That just made me think of the threes again. I just thought that might be a little interesting piece.
Well, yeah, I mean, here we go. We got, first we got Danny, then we got Tony, then we got Laura. There's a 3. And we have Jeremiah joining us here. One sec, let me get his mic open. Just making sure. Jeremiah, you there?
Yes, I'm here. So happy to be finally been able to talk more or less and join in on the co-creation. I heard about everyone but Laura. Who's Laura and what happened?
I got messages from her.
Yeah, I know. See what I mean? like totally psycho. Anyway, actually, she had contacted Santo about the brain chemical stuff and whatever, and I had her on the show and helped her through that and everything else, and as a net result, everything kind of went real south real quick, like within a week or two of that, where a lot of assumptions were made on her part. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I said hi, and you wanna what? Okay, no thanks, appreciate it, but no.
That's one of the. Creeped out.
What's that?
I'm a little creeped out by some of the stuff she sent me, honestly.
Oh, you should see the stuff she sent me. Oh, you have no idea. Why do you think I bolted? It's like, okay, no thanks.
Maybe I'll trade with you sometime.
yeah, absolutely. And I kept all the Skype notes, everything. Oh, and there's other individuals as well that were contacted that ended up having to block her as well because of the things she was saying and doing. So, but anyway, there you go. So, like I said, I give people just enough rope to hang themselves if they want. Where science is golden, psychosis keeps talking, right? So how's Jeremiah?
Oh, I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. I'm finally recovering. I somehow manifested my wife's cold, and it really screwed up my throat, which is unfortunate because that's really where I found most of my spiritual progress and excitement and really aligning with my true self, that balance, that neutral self that loves and wants to produce peace. And it was unfortunate to experience that, but at the same time I was grateful because it allowed me to rest that aspect and really just kind of focus and contemplate on it. And I know that there were some powerful energies at the time, so I was very appreciative, very grateful for the experience. It was painful, but it also gave me an opportunity to focus on that alignment and to allow that energy to move throughout and focus on energy healing and just do it without outside means. But then there was this aspect where I had to go to the emergency room, and that was unfortunate, to fill out all this paperwork, be the tool. I mean, use the tools, but don't be the tool. So at this point, I had accessed pink eye, I had conjunctivitis. And I had that as a kid, and I remember this vividly, clearly. There was a child who had conjunctivitis, and he was wearing some swimming goggles, and beknownst to my higher self, I didn't listen to that inner voice, and I wore them anyways. And naturally, I got conjunctivitis. But the reason why I mention that is because I wanted to heal it. I wanted to help it holistically. But my wife, she is very currently not in this energy healing modality paradigm. And so it was frustrating to have to use antibiotics in my eye, knowing that I'm poisoning myself further and making myself not really help the issue, but at the same time I am, because my wife has gone through a lot. My twin flame, she has gone through a lot with this spiritual progress that I've encountered, that I've gone through, that this journey that I've taken, that all these sacrifices that she's made. And like I've said before in the past, all I want to do is be able to show her her true self. That's why she attracted me. So basically, I am just figuring things out and just really excited for the opportunities to create these circumstances in my life that are beneficial and positive for my family and for this entire world, whatever I can do. And also, while I'm on a subject, how I am, well, I've been very excited about just helping people find this inner peace and this alignment with who they are. And my sister has been my muse, basically. I really can't say anything other than that. Like, she really comprehends who it is that I am and can align with it and can appreciate it. And I know we have this journey together that we've asked to inhabit these bodies and go throughout this certain experience. And it's mind-blowing. And now she's actually going through these, like, pineal gland activations and really just developing this spiritual aspect of herself and developing this unlimited potential that she has. And it's absolutely beautiful. And during this entire time, she's been branching out on her own journey and following her own breadcrumbs. And at the same time, giving me the opportunity to also seek them out. So there was this group that she had asked me to join, EWA, or EWOA, or AO, and it's just a group of people looking for answers, a group of really spirits looking for answers. And I've really found that there are a lot of people that know this neutrality, know this balance, and know this peace, but there's a lot that are ready to find it and are still battling that tricky little bastard. And I just love posting stuff there all the time. It's so much fun just being able to be like, hey, maybe this will help, maybe this will help. And I love posting your stuff, Kate. And I love posting Santo stuff. Bill Donahue, my goodness.
I know, right?
It's been so awesome. I just love that man, and that's where I am right now. So I'm excited. I'm stoked, and I'm recovering.
Excellent. Just do a few shout outs here, by the way, while I'm at it. Hey, Susanna Cat. Well, you're pretty much either in the Skype room that we're in, or I generally, if I'm going to chat, I will on my Facebook page where I post the show, and you'll know that because I'm, hey Otis, how are you? Kathleen, Sean, Catlin, how are you? Catlin, Bertha, oh, God, I haven't talked to you in ages, and Vanessa, there you are, and just to let people know, as you can probably imagine, I am kind of inundated, especially over the last few days. And it's getting harder and harder for me to keep up. So don't think that I don't love you if I'm not getting back to you like I used to be able to so easily. It's just been crazy. Again, there's not a no, there's nothing of Kate at synchronicity.com. If you want to get anything of mine, the center hub for that is kateofgaia.wordpress.com. It's going to be it's a very simplistic site. Thank you, Ninja, for putting that up. And anything of relevance in the now will be there. And that's it. Other than that, everything else I've done was effectively a foundational platform to find my way here. It's not that it's useless. It's just not useful anymore. So, all the tricks that that we could use 2 and 3 years ago. I'm talking when the judge bows, for example. That was one layer that was peeled. It was actually more than one, but it was a huge layer, like a gaping, scabbing wound, with that birth certificate getting shot across the bar. They did not like that because that made them accountable. That's for the fraud, and that's why I scared the living shit out of them. And it's okay. I don't mind scaring people, but by all means, Jeremiah and everybody, if you dig what's going on and things are resonant with you, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. Don't take my word for it. All I'm doing right now is sharing that which I'm coming across. And another little bit of advice, by the way. Don't piss off the Gemini with the microphone. Okay? Because I promise, I will talk. I'm a communicator. That's what I do. All right? And if there's things, if you want to come at me and coattail me or do whatever it is you think you need to do to me, knock yourself out. Hey, John S. Then go for it. But I promise you, I'll make you famous, and I will make sure that the antics and the shit that I get to deal with. And Ninja gives me shit for it all the time. Kate, you got to stop doing that. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, right? So I will tolerate a lot of nonsense for a long period of time, and but I'm now not a chance. Hey, where we got Kathleen? Hey, you can save a syllable if you ever need to mention my name, and call me Kath. Hey, Kath, how are you? Absolutely. Yeah, sorry, I love the name Kathleen. It's so beautiful. We actually have the same root name, by the way. Isn't that interesting? Catherine, Kathleen, Karen. Oh, yeah, they're Katie. It's all there. It's all in the same name. So, thanks, John. Wow, you see, I'm there with you guys. Oh, got to get over to Skype. I got 8 tags here, so let's go down the list. Why do people try to call me during the show? Missed call. Let me see. I tell you what. I'm going to do someone a favor, and I'm very, very forgiving for new people on Skype. I think you guys know that by now. So I'm going to bring October into the call with me, and hopefully that works. Okay. Wow. You guys are right off the map tonight. This is beautiful. I'm jumping around. I need 2 or 3 people here. All right. Hey, Kishi, how are you? Rosanna? Oh, yeah, things are definitely heating up in the love bus. Okay, yeah, absolutely, Steve. Of course you're an anarchist. You're ruled by your heart. I was going to suggest this too, Ninja. Thank you for bringing this up. Put urine into your eyes. You got your own healing right there, right? That would have taken care of it.
Yeah. I haven't been able to reach that aspect yet. I really do want to, because I know it, and I know it to be true. Go ahead. Sorry.
I know. I was going to say, and there's another side of this too. You'll never guess why Ninja is working alongside here. This is one smart cookie. Exactly. This is it. Bang on. When you started talking about your sore throat, what's your sign again?
I'm a Libra on October 22nd.
Okay. All right. So. Let me see. Well, again, when you have a sore throat, it's because of things not said that need to be said, and of course, and things when you have trouble with your eyes, things not willing to see. If you have trouble with your ears, things unwilling to hear. And for most people, you probably don't know this, the fact that I can hear it all is a miracle. I had serious eardrum issues when I was a kid. And perforated. So the fact that isn't that cool? The fact that I can hear at all is an amazing thing. And what's really even neater about it is when I went to aviation, you have to get a hearing test, full medicals, right? Eye and ear and all the rest of it. And my high-end frequency hearing is according to the guy that did the test, you're off the grid, like you're way above normal. So, and it's kind of funny because working with my guitar player for as long as I thought I was going to lose my high end because of the he was losing his high end because you could tell he kept notching up the treble to compensate for the sound he was used to hearing, and it was getting to a point where I used to say, "You gonna weld our ears shut again tonight, Sam?" And what do you mean? Yeah. Turn your tones down a little bit. You're a little hot on the high end. Huh? That's what I mean. You're saying, huh? Right. You're not hearing the high end the way you used to. So either put some earplugs in, or I'll adjust your guitar for you. Promise. Great player though. Oh my God, what a great player. Since we started on the show, there's already 278 posts in Love and Stuff, and I had been checking it for the first half hour. Okay? So, yes, I know you'll be Venus. I love it. It's beautiful. And October, did I get you in the call okay?
Hello?
Oh, hey, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, glad to meet you. How are you?
I'm fine. I don't have headphones, so I don't know if you're hearing anything feedback.
Check 1 2. No, you're pretty good. You're on a laptop, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. A neat little trick with laptop, because they're actually meant to be used as speaker and microphone.
Exactly.
You just got to be careful with the angle of your screen, because if it's too far forward, the mic will pick it up.
Oh, okay.
No, just letting people with laptops know that you can listen with the speakers on a laptop. You just got to make sure your mic is tilted back so that it's not picking it up.
Okay, how do I turn off?
No, you're fine. You're fine. You don't have to do a damn thing. You're great. Love it.
Yeah, but how do I mute?
On the Skype window there, all you have to do is go up to your picture, and the bar will open up. There's a little microphone, looks like a little diagram of a microphone. Just click on that, and you'll see a red line go through it. It means you're muted, and it tells you you're muted. And when you want to talk, just click on it to open it up again. So.
Great, I got it. Thanks.
Okay, good. See, all the new people on Skype, and we're figuring it out, and this way we can communicate faster, easier, and keep the background noise down to a minimum, except for, a clubhouse full of drumming kids. Can you guys hear that? Can you hear the drum?
Somewhat. Somewhat. I think it's a faint bumping, it seems.
Yeah, well, here I am reporting from deepest, darkest jungles in the Amazon right now. There you go. Hello there, here's the drums. There we go. So where was I and where was I going? Let me see. Okay, I was talking about gathering of the energy. So it makes sense to me using the Saver program with Rome. And they use it everywhere. It's the same program over and over. It's a fractal. And, the whole program is put something outside of somebody to get them to be lured by it. Be fishers of men, literally. And that's both versions, to cut us in two, fishers, like a crack, F-I-S-S-U-R-E-S, or fishers, F-I-S-H-E-R-S. And the two cards that represent me which is really cool, in the tarot are the Queen and King of Cups, which is Britannia, and the Fisher King. That's kind of neat. I thought it was really cool. But anyway, that's another show all by itself, tarot. But and that's also the name of one of my cats that Sue has right now. So there you go.
And that, I was going to say, and that also represents the feminine and the masculine, so that balance, that harmony.
Oh yeah, and MJ made a beautiful comment. Absolutely, it is a very deep learning curve, and I know, seriously, I get it. Absolutely, it's one of the reasons why. And we're talking every day here, guys. These are, I don't know about you, but these are monster epiphanies that are like so far off the walked trail. You guys get that sense, or is it just me?
No, definitely. No, we're definitely heightening our consciousness with these incredibly deep truths, and I've been trying to catch these little snippets, but I mean, with these people taking these new ideas and these new concepts that haven't been, really articulated this well before, we're changing the world. We're heightening consciousness, so it is beautiful, and I feel that, my friend.
Yeah, good quote here. Laying down some shit that a wise one would say would offend the labyrinth of most minds. Yeah, I just wrote agreed. Here's the trouble, though. I don't know how to stop that. I'm just throwing stuff out as it comes in. So, and people say, what's your topic tonight? Well, I don't know until I get there. Yeah, and I don't. I don't know what's going to happen 5 minutes before the show. It's, or what's going to happen during the show. So it's all I do know is there are some concepts that I've been trying to get hammered home in various different ways of describing them, allegorically, metaphorically, with analogies, and like I said last night when people asked me how am I doing, I said, well, how are you, Kate? I'm just going to say this: dangerous. How are you? Yeah, MJ got that one. Good. Anyway, love the Gemini. Sorry, that's partial. It's our time cycle right now. Is it pretty clear with the whole Rome to Orion connection, and why they would be herding everybody into these capacitors to funnel the energy from them, to make prey out of them while they're preying on others? Is that pretty clear to you guys, or you guys in the call? Anybody, or am I talking to myself? No, I've got everybody here. Jeremiah. Oops, got area code 250. I think that might be Hazel. Oh, let me see.
I'm still here. I got distracted for a second.
No problem. But does that kind of work? For me, it feels right. It looks right. It smells right. It tastes right. I'm trying to look at why would all this energy want to be captured. It's great to look at it and go, oh, they're taking our energy, and it's great. What are they doing with it?
Yeah, they're definitely like you say, all the churches. I've always felt that they're just like vacuums for human energy, and then the primer fields thing melted my brain.
Wasn't that great?
Yeah, with oh man, that's crazy. It's it definitely seems like that's what's going on at some level, no matter what. So.
Well, I mean, all these little pieces that came together, I'm looking at, and of course, the primer fields, the burn marks, when you look up in the church, he shows you, right? You look up in the church and you see the angels going around, and it looks exactly like the burn marks, and of course...
Yeah, I didn't even know what to say when I saw that. I was just, stunned. It's crazy.
But there's your perspective on it, mine, I mean, from the stuff I've looked at, the stuff that you've looked at, and everyone's looked at, there's a beautiful coalescing and correlation of all these little all over the place, and you put them all together and go, aha, and that's, for me, that was the big aha moment. I'm thinking, well, they're gathering all this energy. I mean, they had to trap the divine feminine. That was done through the register. That's the mimic of the as above to the physical, or the five-side cult, right? So that's the physical trying to mimic the spiritual, because it has to, as above, so below, right? And most people are trapped in this physical game. I need a physical piece of paper to do this. I need a physical something to do that. I need a physical voting machine to get my... No, don't. Those are all external creations and programs that have been planted in us, And I'm just not going with the program anymore, I'm kind of done with the program, so I'm sort of writing my own. So I'm just wondering if that was resonating with people. That's what I'm looking for. I mean, this is the whole idea of doing these episodes from day one, to get the feedback. Every show I've done has always been a call-in show. It wasn't about just spewing stuff out.
It definitely makes sense to me, and also it's a star generator and all that.
Yeah,
that's interesting as well.
Well,
it seems cool to me. I mean, I don't know, it feels right.
Well, again, you got a male Anu out in the Orion Nebula, and it's ejaculating young stars. Pulling more into this realm, more consciousness, and we're the ones creating that. The energy to power that thing up. That's what I look at it as. So I'm saying, enough of the main line in there, guys. Time to end that show, huh? Let's see what's really going on first. So Jeremiah, jump in. Bless you.
Hey, no, I'm here.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
And who else? Who's on area code 250?
I am.
Oh, glad to meet you. I am. Is this Bryce?
Yeah, you betcha. I was just seeing if you could add me into the chat. The last 3 times I've called in, I haven't been on the chat line at all. And
okay. Well, here, let me get you over on Skype there. And, all right, 1 sec. Yeah, if you leave the conversation, you have to be brought back in. So just set if you're bothered by the beeps and all the rest of it, just set the do not disturb. And that keeps you in the rooms, because when you leave a room,
you just get closed out.
You get closed out from it. So let me just actually, I'm going to fill the cap here. So just give me a second, and then I'll. That's what I came in to do, because my tea is cold and empty, and it's a cool night. I've got my winter coat on. How's that for June 5th? Is that working for, or June 6th rather? Is it 6 today? I don't even know.
It's like 27 degrees here, and I'm suntanning on my deck.
Yeah? Well, screw you. All right, here we go. Let me see. Love and stuff. I got to do a search for you to find you. BRY. That should bring you in. All right, now keep your sorry ass in the room now, okay?
I sure will. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon.
No worries. Are you going to stay in the call, or are you listening on the internet?
Yeah, I'm just listening on my Wi-Fi.
Okay, well, I'll leave your mic open. If you can mute on that end, great, and jump in at any point, Bryce, okay?
Yeah, you betcha I will do.
Okay, because that's the whole point of when people call in, I make the point, keep the mics open, because there was something you want to jump in with. That's why you're here. We do this together.
Oh, hey, did you get that picture I sent you of my buddy there that was in the Monsanto March?
That was in the email, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't got that far yet. Like I said, I went through over 300 of them today, so I'm still going down the list. So
no worries.
Yeah. Okay, so there you go. Jeremiah, jump in here, my friend.
Yeah, no, I didn't hear much about this Orion connection that you're describing. If you can just briefly go over that concept, if possible.
Okay, well, when you look at Rome and the whole religiocosus thing that they got going on, of course they created a number of different religions to keep everybody fighting. Same God, different religion, different tag, right? No, its name is Allah. No, its name is Yahweh. No, its name is Jehovah. It's the same freaking thing, okay? I don't care if you're a Jew, Muslim, or Christian. You're all worshiping the same God of war. They got you ripped in 3 well, never mind that. There's so many other directions out there, too. So you can call your God whatever you want. The fact is you're worshiping an idol outside of the real God, you, the creator within. The kingdom of heaven is between your ears, okay? Between the temples of Solomon. That's why they call them temples on the side of your head, okay? Wow. So the whole game here is to get everyone, worshiping the same God in their way. But you build 3 different kinds of buildings. You build, a cathedral or church, or you build a synagogue, or you build a mosque. And lo and behold, they all have domes or spires. Sending, as well. So get all these entities into this, boxed grid called a church, mosque, synagogue. Get them all emotional. Get that, that love and power energy of flowing this worship towards Zeus, or Moloch, or whatever the hell you want to call it. And they just bottle this energy up. And of course, the dome. Look at Dave Primer's work, or Dave Lapointe from the Primerfield's work.
Yeah, no, I think I know exactly what you're saying. So that's all going to Orion Nebula. All that energy, all that intention.
Well, towards, the Vatican.
Go on.
I was going to say the Vatican's got tons of observatories around the world. They own most of them, if not all. And, the vast majority of them are focused on Orion. Gee, I wonder why. And I wonder why the paintings from the 14 and 1500s in the ceilings are almost Hubble quality layovers of the actual nebula. And then, of course, you look at Da Vinci's work and the Nile Delta and all the rest of the stuff. And all this stuff comes into play here. Everything is within everything. It's all fractal. Can you see it? And, yeah, I can. And really, I'm just trying to verify, So it makes sense to me. It feels right, That's the thing, is I've got the right and left on this, and the right's saying, yeah, that feels about right. I can feel that. And then, of course, rational left, Kane, the analyzer, is going, yeah, it makes sense. So I've got right and left in full agreement here.
Well, I want to know, okay, so the Orion Nebula is the birth of young stars, right?
Yes.
So, now, this is what I'm hung up on. The Orion Nebula is both good and evil, we could say, right? Like it's a neutral source?
Yes.
Okay, so all this power, all this negative power is going to this neutral source. But does that mean that the neutral source is spitting out all those intentions that we're creating here?
That's a tough one, too. I'd have to dwell on that one for a little bit. But again, with the good and evil thing, given the track record of the stars in that area, based on a lot of the accounts that, from ancient times on up to current leaders, like spiritual guys, there's maybe a little interference getting run in that area that corrupts everything, right? So this is what I'm looking at. So to put the good and evil together, look at George Kavaslis' work. He was talking about, I think, the first star in the belt of Orion. Apparently, I forget what the planet was called or whatever, but apparently in that, from what he was saying, there was a couple of like top end wannabe god leader types of a reptilian form that have been able to transform themselves into most beautiful angelic winged Aryan blonde hair blue eyed beings. You know what I'm saying? And they are, from what he was saying, and it did resonate with me. We're dealing with a couple of the most evil entities in the universe, and isn't it funny that they're close to the Stargate, if you will? So it's almost like a border checkpoint.
I feel like the energy in the churches, and it's like I'm sure the intent of the energy gets melted and messed with after it's captured, but initially, a lot of people that go to church they have good feelings about it. They're misled, so it's not even all directly evil energy. It's just energy in general. It's crazy. It's like a vacuum, They take it and send it somewhere.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, this positive energy, which, of course, if you watched Monster Inc., you know that laughter is 1,000 times more powerful than fear, So there's a little allegory. So, yeah, again, it's irrelevant. Of course you want the individuals in the church in that beautiful, oh, I love God thing and all, singing in the aisles and all that. Look at all that energy that's getting picked up, and it's getting transmuted. Energy is energy.
Yeah. Not to mention, you mentioned all these religious buildings, but also, isn't it the Capitol and
oh, yeah, the government buildings, the courts, everything. Yeah. Look at all the domed buildings, all the spired buildings, around this planet.
The one in D.C. has the artwork in it with the angels speeding up.
Oh yeah, sorry about that, guys.
No problem.
Yeah. Welcome to the neighborhood, Drag Race Central. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying the one in D.C. has the actual primer field artwork in it, right? Doesn't it? With the one with George Washington has the angels going really fast around the center or whatever.
Oh yes, that's right too. So they're thank you for reminding me of that. I just got the mental visual of that. I've seen that a long time ago, but I'm going to go have a look at that again tonight. But again, these are the clues to get us the answers within. And again, the only answers I go after are the ones that I feel. Then I take it to the left and go, well, okay, what do you think? It is like that. It's get the download and you see, a lot of times I have a very difficult time talking when I'm not downloading. Actually trying to collate my words is very difficult. So, I mean, even tonight you can tell because I'm trying to think of things that are not. This is about trying to bring the pieces together. So it's very sporadic. If you're catching what I'm saying here, it's not that just blah, blah, blah. it's not songwriting 101 here. This is, I feel like I'm trying to write a song and I don't want to, right? So.
Right.
But I just want to keep this idea out there just to get feedback from you guys, and for me it feels right and it thinks right. I've got left and right in total agreement on this.
You got left and right total agreement on this, and it makes perfect sense to me on all accounts, and it's
I mean, and that also explains the last few days of mental blowouts with people, right? I mean, what causes that? And again, without being too blunt about it, I mean, the deceivers are everywhere. So, let me get Venus back in the call here. Let me just get her line open. She just tagged me. Sorry about that, kiddo. I'm doing my best to keep on top of everything here. Oh, there you are. So there, mic's open, Venus.
Oh, thank you. Ugh. I felt like I was on probation or something. My computer started fritzing. I had to restart. Thank you.
No worries. Yeah, I've had to do that during shows. Believe it or not. Yeah, the show will keep going though. That's the thing, right? So, there you have it.
Yeah, I do. You're really busy, so I'm like, if I just wait here, she'll put me back.
Exactly. So, here we go. We're getting on the call. Oh, here, Miranda, you have to. There we go. I just saw you there, hon. So let's get you in here. Miranda, oh my God, it's been too long. How are you, hon?
Hello, darling. I'm okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, it's been crazy lately, eh?
I know. Completely mad. It's like karma is coming around, slapping you in the face, and you're rewriting your script as you're going.
Pretty much, it's like...
Absolutely.
Now, wait a minute. I thought you guys are oh, you're not my friends. Okay.
I'm not your friend?
No, you are. I'm talking like Danny, Tony, and Laura, right? The last 3 days.
Oh, yeah. I've only sort of caught the sort of end bits of all of that. I wasn't really in on exactly what happened, but it has intrigued me.
Yeah, I'm looking for the allegories, hon. You know me.
Yeah. Mind you, I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner.
It happened exactly when it was supposed to.
But I felt it a while ago.
Yeah, I felt it too, but again, I let things manifest on their own.
Yeah, well, it's the best way. Ha.
I'm in the stream. I'm not rowing, or you can say row your boat all you want, but I'm kind of going, yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna coast down the middle here. It's a beautiful stream, and I get to see both banks at the same time. And oh, hey, Scylla, big wave. Hey, Charybdis, big wave. Yeah, I'm in the middle. You can't touch me here. Ha ha ha. There's no fight. There's no. No, I'm done with it. It's and I've already said, and I'll say it again. Careful, don't piss. I said this on stage. I think I've said this before on the air many times. During shows, I'd say, don't piss off the one with the mic. Hey?
Absolutely.
So, it just that's just counterproductive, is what it is. So, what's been going on with you, hon? It's been too long.
It has been really, really too long. I'm getting blown away about this whole Orion thing and the moon thing because I'm just picking up so much from that at the moment myself. I was brought up looking at the moon. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it wonderful? And there's something been so wrong for ages and ages and ages. And then all the David Icke stuff and is it real and da-da-da. And then what's so bizarre, the last few full moons, it has been so bright, like it's an electrical light, like somebody's turned it on, given it extra power. It's just not normal.
Well, that's the thing. That's why Ra is burning so white and bright right now, because it's the power source for the transmitting unit called the moon. And no wonder that I'm looking at the moon and have for my whole life. My moon is in Virgo. I analyze, so I look at it and go, oh, okay. And of course, it doesn't rotate. Did anybody notice that? It's always the same face facing us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Where else does that happen in the solar system? Oh, right, it doesn't. The only one that is different in the universe in rotation is Uranus. Right? And look at the word, your and us. Or your anu, create a feminine. You, the electrical symbol, universal electrical symbol, you. R, spirit breath, Ro. You got Anu, and then you've got Anu, heart. Then you've got the S, the feminine, divine. Get it?
Yeah.
And the bitch is back. I'm loving it. BFT.
And the other thing that really excites me is as above, so below, and we know if there's the bad, there's got to be the good, the light, the dark, there's definitely polarity, it has to be there. So it's so making sense now saying, so one part of them, they're stealing our energy as in fear, at cinemas, people getting terrified, all the fear porn, all of that crap. But obviously they have to be taking the good feelings, which is really interesting because when I went to church some time ago, I was quite horrified one time when I went in. It was on a Friday night, and I thought, I'll go up to church. I don't normally go on a Friday evening. It's when all the youth people, all the young teenagers were up there. Anyway, I walked in, and I was actually really freaked out because the minister guy and his little second in command were walking around the congregation, and all the teenagers were like in a hypnotic, hysterical state. Yeah, it's a complete trance. And I walked in and I thought, oh my God, they're binding them. It was like they were capturing them. Yeah. Walking around. I thought, what the hell? And that was it. That's the last time I went to church. I was like, this is really beyond. So that really interests me. And obviously, I've witnessed quite a lot of people in churches, they get really hysteric, that whole hystericalness.
You're rolling in the aisles, Pentecostal, Baptist. Yeah, it's some crazy shit.
And the worst thing is they think that they are, there and happy and this is wonderful and da-da-da-da-da. I mean, that's the emotion that they're taking up, but that isn't really what's going on.
I wonder how they feel. I wonder how they'd feel if they knew they were feeding that concept, which we refer to as Satan, all the energy. Wonder how they feel about that. Wonder how they feel knowing that, finally understanding and knowing that every church is a mirror of opposite intent. Oh, sure. You want to? Which wolf are you feeding? Well, you're feeding your own prison, your own destruction. Right? So, again, that's that whole worship outside of oneself, right? You don't need to worship anything.
No, absolutely,
as in werewolf, right? Werewolf. What is it? Part wolf, right? Ship, mind, part mind. That's what worship is. So it's...
and as you were saying last night about, when you're doing your creative thing, when you're, sort of you lose yourself, that is your meditation. And I find that absolutely daily now. And now the weather's slightly better here in England. It's been quite nice, actually, for 2 days. Can you believe that, Kate?
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful.
It's been really good. But,
and by the way, I was going to say, for people that are newer listeners here, Miranda is the lexigram queen.
And I take the piss.
Yeah, absolutely, that too. Yes. Don't we all? Well, we all should.
We all should, yeah. Absolutely.
I just want to do a quick shout out for those that are going, how do I open my pineal? Start drinking your wee.
Absolutely.
About 2 to 3 days from now, you'll be going, oh my God, what is that? Welcome to your wakey time.
Absolutely. And get barefoot, walk barefoot out on the ground, especially like the muddy ground, earth, not so much the grass. The Mother Earth will talk to you and talk to you and talk to you. It's the most amazing thing, and I've realised really now that that's where I get my meditation. That's where I get my fix, for sure.
Absolutely.
And I'm getting more and more like I can't bear having the computer on. I don't want to be indoors. I just want to be out. I just want to be in the woods now.
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, this is why I come out and sit on the deck. Even I'm sitting here in a winter coat. I could be sitting in comfy at the table and everything. No, I get out of the 60 hertz grid as much as I possibly can. It keeps me wide open and clear. I mean, that's the other thing too. I didn't notice interference when I was in the grid. Now I'm aware of it, so it's ineffectual, right? Again, this is once it comes into your awareness, you have the absolute power now to change that. Once you're aware of it, it's like chemtrails. They're powerless unless you believe they have something in them, and that's what the whole fear porn thing is. They want people to believe that. And of course, in the believing that, the manifestations occur. And the intent that was put into it, that people go, ooh, chemtrails, oh my God, I got Morgellons. Yeah, well, duh. Strengthen up your mind.
Yeah.
You know, get your heart in the right place. You know, you're at effect instead of being at cause. This is about being, you know, I think I put it this way earlier today, to be mind over matter, not to have matter over mind, right? And we've been so indoctrinated and so beat down that we don't trust ourselves anymore. We second guess everything. And that's the program. That's the Savior program kicked in full force. So what I'm doing now is going, well, I came here to save me. And am I not one of the all and all of the one at the same time? So if but one shall awaken, so the one that gets to save themselves first saves all.
Absolutely.
That's how important you guys are. You know, that's why I share what I do. You know, someone's got to get it. If not me, then who? You know? And that's it. That's the only reason I do this. Sorry, Miranda, go ahead.
But so many people are now. You know, it amazes me what's happening. I mean, a huge awakening that's going on now all over the world. And we're being kept quiet about that as what's really happening, that people are standing up for their rights. People are saying, no, I'm not taking this bullshit anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. You know, and I really think we've got them on the hop. They are terrified.
Oh, they're totally...
They're really scared of us now.
Oh, they're shitting themselves.
The other day I popped round to see a friend, and bless her, she's always got the telly on and the computer on, and she's always like, you know, feeding her mind full of rubbish. And while I was sitting there, it was the advert for Virgin, and it has Richard Branson, and I used to quite like Richard Branson. Anyway, I just suddenly saw him at the corner of my eye, and he's a reptilian. Absolutely,
oh, yeah, absolutely.
100%. And I was like, oh my God. And I realized I'm so awake now. You know, you see so much that you just didn't notice before. It's like the veil has been lifted and you're seeing behind the curtain what's really going on. And, you know, if people want to quicken that up, get rid of your TVs, guys, and get barefoot outside, and you will really wake up and drink your pee and sun gaze. I mean, can't go wrong.
Okay, now, sun gazing, I'm going to warn people against that.
Actually, now hang on, that's really funny you should say that. I was really doing it a lot, and then the last few days I thought, the sun doesn't look right.
The sun is that aspect, that's the sun they worship. There's your you know, power source to keep the meat sticks alive so we can keep the spirits entrapped, right? And this is the whole thing that I've been talking about lately, if you haven't been tuned in for the last 3 or 4 weeks, just to catch up real quick.
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, here it is. The sun, to me, that's Ra, yeah, the sun god. And, of course, look at all the gifts and the treats and the blessings and keep you in your meat stick. And, oh, my goodness, oh, yeah, shut up. That's not my light, hon. My light is in me. And that is a false idol. That is a false god that they've been worshiping. And I'm looking forward to taking this whole science of light and putting it in its darkest mirror to show the truth. Only in the darkest of dark can you be the brightest of bright in creation unto oneself and your own universe. The trap here is the light. The light to me is not mine. This is poison. And what does light do? External light, what does it do to your pineal? It shuts it down. It cannot operate in another's light. So if you're going to sun gaze, then sun gaze with the intention of turning that little bastard in the sky inside out to the black hole it needs to be. Everything's inside out here. We got to turn ourselves inside out. I've said it before. We have to reverse out of here. We have to be our own light of God. Re or ray. Ver from verily meaning truth, and say the himself, herself, itself, divine trinity of one. Alice did it when she wanted to get close to the queen, divine feminine allegory. She had to walk away backwards, and when she backed away, what did the queen do? She came closer. So I put everything in the mirror here now. And the fact that the moon is shining so bright is because the sun is trying its damnedest to power it up as a transmitter. It was brought here, I've heard different stories of it, but I figure it was brought here around between 11 and 12,000 years ago and put into orbit as a control mechanism. You know, because they talk about the moon being, you know, the sin. That's the moon, sin. The goddess sin, and it's all about emotion. You know, so I look at these things and you know, see the clues that are, you know, laid behind in the ancient scripts, and of course and they're all current, all now. The Bible is a now book. It's not a history book or a future prophecy book. It is a now book. Can you read it? I mean, there's very few people. I mean, I gotta say, you know, people like Santo and Bill are, you know, those guys are the masters of decoding. And pay attention. You know, I can see it, and it's perfect, and it's beautiful. It's like Black's Law, 9th edition. That's the magic book. That's the Black's Magic Law book. That's the Supreme Bible. Oh, and by the way, for those that want it, if they don't have it, just go to caveofgaia.wordpress.com. There's a PDF downloadable version of Black's 9th. It's there. It's free. Grab it. Knock yourself out.
So, Kate, do you reckon then, before the moon appeared, do you reckon that we were permanently in light or
Bingo,
not?
Our own light.
Our own light, because that was the thing that I was wondering about the other day, is I've been sleeping in my sitting room and I haven't got curtains, and the moon has been round that side of the building, and I really haven't been able to like it at all. I've felt really strange. And then I thought, well, this is really interesting. It seems to me like especially the moon is operating when we are asleep and vulnerable.
Yep.
Yeah, because we're not protecting ourselves enough, or maybe we're actually, what I think it is probably we didn't used to sleep. Yeah, that this is a relatively new thing, because
again, when we're sleeping, where are we? We're finally free. We go into dream state. That's our natural state. That's our natural creative. I mean, we can create whatever we want in our dreams. We're not at mercy of this nonsense. You know, for me, being in the meat stick is the nightmare. I've known that my whole life. I wake up to my nightmare, so there was my other clue. Cool, huh? And, you know, and the sooner they take the pyramids down, bulldoze them into the ground. I'm talking all on this planet. Bust up the ley lines. I mean, here's the thing about the quote elites or the elites, the no-lights, the Luciferians. The control grid has been hammered so badly with the pyramids and what have you. They're working off very low-ended technology, i.e. the 60 hertz cycle grid, the pitiful little smart meters, the HARP, oh please, right? That they try to generate storms that we can nullify by looking at. We've done it. We did it to Hurricane Sandy. That puppy went out with a whimper. And that's why, because, you know, I'm looking at it going, it's not real. You know what? Look at that beautiful island with gentle little waves coming ashore. And, oh, look, a pina colada with an umbrella stick in it. Oh, yeah, sit back and little sway in the palm trees, calm the storm, right? Who was in the middle of the Atlantic when that storm supposedly picked up that they mentioned in 1999? Again, these are holographic projections, and when they can get our attention at it, and this is the one thing, Tony preached it enough. I wish he'd listened to what he was saying. Where attention goes, energy flows. So negate it. You negate it. That's how powerful you are, and look how much doubt we have. Just do it. Watch. You are co-creation of creation. I know that. I'm you.
Yeah.
I'm your co-creation.
Well, what would be the purpose of creating these holographic projections? To keep us in this fear paradigm?
Well, what makes a god more powerful than any other god? Well, one that can convince other gods that they are, and that's the duping that we're in right now. So you've got a lower part of
match.
It's a pissing match, yeah, basically. That's
my
basically
piss is
it.
better than theirs.
So, but there you go. And again, I mean, I nothing would make me happier than to see the remnants of this control grid get crushed. The pyramids are unnatural. They were put there as control devices for humanity. Yeah, they could be used for good, but they weren't. But again, we're dealing in a phi-cycle realm. We don't need it. Why do I need a teleporter when I am one? Why do I need a a spaceship when I can travel the universe in a thought and create a new one. We're at complete effect to everything in this illusion around us. Oh, look at the pretty stars. Oh, look at the pretty birds. Oh, look at the pretty cop car flashing blue and red light. You know what I'm saying? And we're rubbernecking everything. Instead of doing what we need to do, one, drink your wee, okay? Now shut up and just do it. Trust us on this, please. And then sit down and shut up. Get inside quickly. The 3 days of darkness, you know what I see it as? That's when we actually turn that little bastard in the sky inside out, and we're going, ha, I told ya. And everyone else is going, it's like, whatever.
Hey.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I ask you all a question?
You just did.
About drinking your own urine, I've heard a little bit about this, and I just can't seem to get over the thought of it. Is there anything you can do with it? And just
it's actually it's actually really, 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 really tough. Put it in a glass and drink it. Won't you be surprised?
Just right from the get-go, just like, okay, say the morning brew is the best.
Yep. It's got everything you need.
So just start in the morning and just gulp that whole thing down?
Oh, my.
Or
oh, my.
So I don't want to, like, is there like a reflex after that? Like, what's the standard protocol for someone who hasn't? I haven't eaten fruits, and I've been staying away from that garbage. So
well,
I know
then your wee will be good then. Your wee won't be like most, if you're eating loads of that absolute rubbish and masses of sugar, it's much nastier, yeah? But don't forget, why do you think there are public urinals? Public urinals have put you all off wee, yeah? Because they totally repulse you. Public toilets, or you go to the loo in a pub in this country and the smell of chemical, it's all repulsive. And it's deliberate. It's making you think that is a vile thing. And it's not. It is the philosopher's stone.
Yeah, my wee tastes great.
Yeah, my wee tastes great.
I believe that. I really do. And I think that I've been drinking distilled waters just to kind of like the Poland Spring distilled. And I'm worried about the plastic particles or whatnot, but I've been really trying to turn on people to distilled water. But you said I'm there for...
Yeah, you're there. If you're doing distilled water and you've got a good diet, honey, just tonight when you go to bed, say to your body, tomorrow my urine is going to taste marvellous and be the most perfect medicine for me. Because that's what it is. At any moment in time, it is the perfect medicine for you.
And you're a Libra.
Yours.
You're a Libra.
Right.
And you know what Libra's all about, right? Balance. Where does Libra rule? The kidneys. You, of all people, should be guzzling.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm a Libra myself.
There you go.
There you go.
Beautiful.
So, okay. You of all
I have a
people.
concern.
Yeah.
I know that after the rapid eye movement, when you fall asleep, your organs tend to kick out the heavy metals that are in your body that you've ingested throughout the day.
Okay, can I answer this one? Okay, your kidneys, your body has every means to, this is the hair of the dog that bit you. Whatever is ailing your body, your kidneys have already figured it out. And it's encoded into your urine. So that when you take a hair of the dog that bit you, i.e. urine, you're actually ingesting the cure. The body's already figured it out, and it's manufactured the cure. So heavy metals and all the rest of that stuff, don't worry about it.
Well, that's why I don't have a problem with the second one, but the first one I would rather see it go with whatever the body's trying to expel.
That's actually here's the thing. One, your body's been dark all night. Mm-hmm. Okay, you've been in sleep. Okay, you've got melatonin getting put into your body.
That's true.
Overnight, what's happening with your urine is the most powerful encoding you can get from yourself. It has the most stem cells, it has the most minerals, the most nutrients, the most T cells. Everything is there in the first one, and that's why they want to collect it. And we can go to Tom's work with the sewers, and of course, sewers were the biggest trap of all.
Well, here's the thing. You only have one gag reflex. After that, you're sailing.
Oh, yeah, I don't... gag reflex? No, once you start...
Jeremy laughs.
Once you start...
It's only once you have the gag reflex.
Well, yeah.
Can I, at least put it on ice or something?
No.
What's that?
No. Can I, kill it and then drink it, or...?
Right, you're supposed to drink it straight away while it's still warm,
or
within 15 minutes. But now let me just tell you this, because I'm a bit of a connoisseur of my tea. There's quite a few of us who are into looping who we drink all our wee.
Yep.
We've been getting into actually drinking older wee. And that's quite... I can't believe I say that. But, I've drunk 3, 4, 5 day old wee. And it's different, but I actually have no problem with that because, again, it's my source. It is my solution. It is me.
Right.
Yeah?
And you can bathe in it, right?
Oh, well, I wash in it every day. This is the other thing. And again, this is an immense protector from anything. Yeah? You're really healing your body and you're absorbing it. Now, I've used old pea to rub into my body. And even though it's quite smelly, once you've rubbed it in and it's been absorbed by the body, you do not smell of pea.
At all?
Smell lovely. At all. You smell lovely.
You do. You smell great.
Wow.
For your hair, oh my God. You want your hair to smell amazing?
I use hemp for that.
What's that?
I use hemp for that.
Well, you're actually cutting off your electrical flow when you use hemp for that.
Really? I don't know.
Well, you can use hemp, but use your own. It's a perfect electrolyte. You're recharging your battery. Look at the word solution. Let's say it right. Sol, U, ion. Sol, the sun. U, electrical. T, love. I, O, male, female in creation. N, mine. That's what ions are. That is saying that the masculine, feminine, masculine. I, O, the first goddess. And the letter N is possessive only. That's the only job an N has in the alphabet. It means it's mine. So mine.
And I don't know who I should ask this one to, but if you smoke cigarettes and you go and drink your own tea, are you gonna get twice as more toxins, or?
Well, why don't you ask me? I smoke natural tobacco. Has no effect whatsoever. But then again, I kind of got into the mind over matter thing, and I don't believe it. I know it.
It goes out the other hole.
You got it.
I'm sitting here smoking a Marlboro right now as we speak.
Oh,
yeah, there's your problem right there. There's over 150 different chemicals you ingested.
Yeah, see, with me, I have.
I try to get the red cigarettes, but they're really hard to come by.
Yeah,
make your own.
Yeah, just go get the tobacco leaves and grind them yourself then.
Or about 20 years and I don't cough at all.
Yeah.
It's best to drink water at night and not things like chamomile tea or strong flavored stuff because it will shine through.
Oh yeah, but again, I mean that's the thing about me with the tea bag. I'll make a tea and refill my cup at least 5 times. Distilled water, and by the time I get I better change the tea bag. I'm just drinking water anyway. But one of the things I will say that prior to going to sleep, if you are going to need to pee, make sure you give yourself some time because it gives you energy upon energy upon energy. You're reinstilling your battery with its actual life source, and when you understand that the body is the universe, you're the center of it. It's called that little spark in your Merkaba or the Anu inside of you. That has been shown, scientifically proven, that there's a little point of energy that burns between 3,000 and 6,000 degrees Fahrenheit in your heart. And the heart does not pump blood. I've talked about this before. It does not pump. It has not got the physical capabilities. If it tried to pump blood through your body, it would actually, the walls of the heart are so thin, it would explode. What the heart does is it creates an energy field. That's your anu, your toroidal, and your blood actually implodes. Your blood is liquid ether.
Oh, hey, Kate.
Yeah.
Oh, my twin, he wanted me to ask you this question. about certain medications and drinking your own tea. I thought I'd ask because I know he takes a couple.
Well, what kind of medications are you talking about? I mean, that's all poison to begin with.
Well, I don't know exactly what they are. Maybe you can... Hold on, I'm getting a list. Methadone is one of them, like a treatment. So.
Oh, okay. Well, no, you're going to run into issues right there. I mean, this is anything pharmaceutical is pure poison. Pharmaceutical is probably a better word. Right?
And lorazepam is another one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why not just put a gun in your mouth?
Antipsychotic. I just got a bunch of the stuff from that essential oil place, and it's pretty awesome.
I'm just repeating what I was told to ask.
Yeah, I know. That's definitely good questions. No, but again, this is the cure is within you. Okay, it is right inside of you. And you've heard the expression, stop pissing your life away. It's literal. It's an allegorical literalism.
It's actually that Chumbawamba song. Pissing not. Oh, it's pissing.
Have you seen the Renaissance paintings where they're drinking their pee and stuff? There's weird Renaissance paintings.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure there is. Yeah, go ahead.
Kate, I was wondering if you could expand on the what you were talking about going to bed with your urine or your life force. What were you saying? Do you remember that?
Yeah, sorry, I was muted there and couldn't get.
I have an answer for that. That's what I was going to comment on.
Okay, well, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just a few weeks ago I was really sick and had no energy and I wasn't even moving. And I was sitting in the bed most of the day again. And I'm a person that can walk 3 hours a day, and I have for 30 years. But I asked my friend in Saskatchewan to put me on the biofeedback machine, and she said, "Oh, what the heck? Your energy level battery has dropped down to 43. This is out of 100. And I was scrambling because even in all my medical knowledge, I was like, I don't have an answer for that. I don't know what is sucking the life out of me. Whether it's HAARP, whether it's the frequencies, whether it's planets coming too close, whatever. But something was taking my life, again, right out from under my feet. So it was 2 weeks ago I started drinking the urine, and I'm back up and going.
Yay, girl.
And I am drinking the first one, too. But I did have my concern about the heavy metals just because of my pharmaceutical medical knowledge, right?
Yeah, again, you're going to be cleaning that out. As you ingest your urine, that's going to be getting cleaned out. And what Steve said, it's going to go to the other end. It's going to the waste department. That does not go into your urine.
Right.
Okay, so remember, your body is taking all the waste and it's putting it where the waste is, where it needs to go. And it's taking all of the good and putting the good where the good needs to go, and you're going to find that in your philosopher's stone called urine.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I'm just taking my essential oils for an issue that I am aware of.
Okay.
But I'm not taking any more supplements. I'm not taking the vitamins. I'm not taking nothing. I'm just doing those two things now. That's it.
You don't need anything else?
No.
Do you drink distilled water as well?
No. I drink mountain water.
Okay, well, I personally would say distilled water is the best.
I don't like the idea of plastic.
Well, you can get a distilling machine and you don't need to do that. You make your own. And it works out much cheaper.
Can I step in, Ninja?
Hey, Ninja.
Hi, everyone. This is driving me nuts, this circular conversation. So the distilled water removes toxins from the body. The urine removes toxins from the body. It does all sorts of healing as well. If you have an infection and you don't want to use your urine, you can use distilled water in your eyes, Jeremiah, which will remove anything that's causing your infection.
Colloidal silver as well.
Yeah, I would recommend urine in the eyes if it was an infection, but also distilled water works because I sometimes get hay fever eyes, and that's now going, but it does sometimes happen. I get a particle in my eye, and I use the distilled water, and that seems to draw it out. So if there were any issues with plastic in the container, it's irrelevant because you're washing it out anyway. The other thing is, just generally, to opt for known poisons instead of You could have used salt water. That's an old wives' one, classic. You could have used all sorts of things on infections.
Exactly. Ninja, hold your thought. I've got 2 minutes before we go off the air. I just want to jump in. Great big thank you to criticalmassradio.co.uk, Paul, Lisa, and the crew. What can we say? You know, as a result of being on the air and what we can share with everyone, the gratitude knows no bounds. So thank you guys so much. And if anyone listening, if you can, get over to the criticalmassradio.co.uk site and donate. I know they could use it because the renewal came up, and that's a hefty fee. So anything you guys can do, that would be great. Thank you so much. And I have area code 508 coming in as well. But go ahead, Ninja, and I'll bring 508 in.
Well, I've pretty much said what I wanted to say about the distilled water. About if you're not happy and content to put urine in your wounds and infected places, you know, you could try the distilled water. You could try the old-fashioned salt water. You know, those things are known to assist with infections. And to go to the route of known poisons instead of, you know, being alternative is just madness. And you know, everybody has their own timing for urine. Some people have, you know, said to me today, I wasn't ready before, I'm ready now, I'm really happy I've done it. And I'm, you know, that's everyone's each to their own. But please, you know, keep away from the pharmaceuticals, eh?
Oh, absolutely.
There's lots of orange juice waiting for me.
Area code 508, I believe that's Maine. You're on.
Actually, it's Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
It's Jennifer.
Jennifer, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. I had to double check the phone number there on my cell phone in case it was somebody else.
Oh,
same area code. Yeah, it's Massachusetts. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I was listening to you guys, and I will tell you this, listening all along, Kate, and to Santos, doing a lot of Santos research as well. I decided to try the urine therapy, and I jumped right into it. You know, I just got up in the morning and drank it, and I mixed it with juice. So I don't know if I should or shouldn't do that, but that's what I've been doing, mixing with juice. But before I started it, I decided to do a lot of research on it because I always feel like everything that I want to try and do, I kind of want to learn everything I can about it. And a few of the things I learned is that, like, people that are on medication, I think it's kind of what I was hearing was that you're better off to still do the urine even if you're on the medications, but I'm not sure about, you know, those heavy-duty type ones because I'm not sure of how clear your head is when you're using those types of meds, but on regular medications like, say, diabetes and such like that, what it is you decrease a little bit at a time, and you just start decreasing to the point where you don't even need the meds at all anymore. And another thing was, for people that are having a really hard time getting started with it, oh boy, I wonder if that's me just making all that noise.
Yeah, if you're not talking, guys, mute on your end, please, because there's a shit pile of noise going on, and I'm getting irritated listening to it.
Kid, sorry, that's me.
Oh, okay.
I'm maxing out here.
Okay, thanks.
Sorry about
No, that's okay. Just that's for everybody, not just you. That's everybody. So any potential of noise in the background, that's why I ask, please, pretty please with sugar on top, the right kind, not the poison stuff. Mute your mic if you're not talking.
A lot better.
Yeah,
that sounds a lot better.
Thanks, Casey.
So people that are really kind of having a hard time saying, you know, gee, I don't know about drinking my pee, what I've heard is that if you take this, you know, a little bit of your pee and you put it in a dropper bottle and you mix it with maybe 2 tablespoons of distilled water, now you can use this like homeopathically. So you can put the drops under your tongue and you can begin to get those benefits from your urine right away. So that, you know, even if you have to ease yourself into it, you're starting right away. You put those drops under your tongue. You can put them in your eyes. You can put them on your cuts, you know, and you just, you know, get started however it is that you need to get started. Yes, I did jump right into it. I started to read about it. I learned about the benefits of it, and I said, you know what? I don't have a moment to spare. I don't have a lot of money, and this sounds like a really great idea for me. And I got my 11-year-old Noah to try it a couple of times so far. I'm trying to get him into it, and I'm also trying to get. I live with 3 guys, so I'm trying to get them all to do it.
Oh, good luck.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
I really agree with what you said there. So thank you very much for calling in and supporting that and saying those things. Get started any way you can, but get started because there are very many different ways that you can do that. There are many ways to do it. I personally was like you. I jumped straight in. That was a no-brainer for me. But I understand people are not always ready to do that, but they can start. Small ways, little drops, definitely.
Yep,
that's
agreed.
Right.
Me,
and
I was going to say I jumped in too. I mean, that's when something makes complete sense and it feels right, I'm right on it like yesterday.
And you can also build a relationship with it. I mean, that's a really good way is start gathering some of your wee in the morning, have a look at it, smell it, feel it. A very good way of totally proving to you how fantastic it is rub it in your hands. Every time you have a pee, save some and rub it in your hands, and you will see very quickly how your hands become beautiful and smooth and are amazing. And that is real proof. It just proves it straight away. My God, look at how different my hands are. And rubbing it on your face.
And the other, lots of benefits. I mean, it's pure life. For any gentleman out there that might have hair loss, get that into the scalp and watch out.
And you're right about looking at it too. Like I like to take it in the glass or whatever it is and hold it up to the light, and it's very golden, and you can see like all of the little elements all swirling around. And
that's
and it
Ray.
Looks like wow, this is great.
Ray, a drop of golden sun. That is your light of God. Get it?
Yeah. And if you are going to piss your life away in their old system, then do this, because we all know that water carries memory. So when you pee in the loo, send love and light to everybody else, and that you're dispelling all sorts of rubbish and mending the world. There's another way of using it if you can't face drinking it.
Exactly. Again, that's what this is all about, getting people into solution mode. The Sol-U-T-I-on. Got it?
Well, I also wanted to comment that I actually, like, it does look golden, like, when I'm expelling it, obviously. It spirals, and it's beautiful spirals, and it spirals according to the Fibonacci, depending on the flow. But that's structuring it right then and there for you, so that's a powerful element as well. And I also wanted to comment, now, can you live off your pee? I know breatharians also. So say you don't eat anything. You don't ingest anything, and you just want to survive. Or you rather eat,
A great friend of mine, Dave Murphy, did a 40-day urine fast. All he took into his body was urine, and I think a couple of times just a half a glass of water. But he completely survived on that. He was really tubby at the time. He lost loads of weight. He sorted out all his health issues. He had a bad foot. That got sorted out. He had terrible asthma since he was a child. That was all dispelled. He had allergies against cats. That's completely gone. His hair's regrown. So you can probably live off it permanently. Yeah? One of the very interesting things is they don't tell you when people get trapped on desert islands that actually if there is no source of water and they've had to drink their own urine, when they're found, they are in the best medical condition they've ever been in their lives and have cured all sorts of problems. The shame of it is most people don't think of drinking their urine until they become really dehydrated, and then it's not so nice. So that's one thing to know. The more hydrated you are, the clearer and the nicer your urine will be for a start. So that's another way to begin. If you start uptaking the amount of water that you take in, my wee is almost completely clear, and it tastes like champagne. And it's lovely. It doesn't taste of anything horrible at all.
That's fantastic. And I was also wanted to comment, like, say you do put it in your hair or your hands, you let it dry once you rub it in?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Thank you.
And oh, by the way, a little shout out for Vince. You don't have to tell anybody. Just go to the bathroom with a, Dixie cup. No excuses. Don't cry to me about someone thinking you're batshit crazy. I already know you are. I am too. Isn't it awesome?
Yeah, it is.
No excuses. You want the downloads? Oh, darn, did I give away one of my secrets? Maybe.
You give away most of your secrets.
Well, I do. That's what I do every night. I just spill the beans on everything I figured out and things that I'm doing, and I just want to share it. I mean, why would I want to share it with me?
One more comment about that. I was wondering, does your body, like, say you do have to drink like 40 days, because that's your only means, does your body react in a certain way, kind of like as you're detoxifying, like you're just kind of allowing the process?
Normally when you start, between about 10 and 14 days of starting, your body quite often goes into what one would call maybe crisis, You might have old issues, old problems that you've had in your body resurface, because it's getting really deep and cleansing it out. So it is a big detox, It's nothing to be scared of. When I first started, which was, over a year ago now, I came out in lots of boils, old issues, my kidneys hurt, backache came back, lots of different things. But that has gradually, that completely goes. And you don't get ill. I don't catch anything. I don't get cold. It's incredible. But just be aware of that. And also when you first start, if you're doing it full on, you do need to get to a loo often, because you will have the runs. So that's just something to be aware of.
Yeah, I want to jump in there too, because that's the thing about the intestines. Portions of your intestines are related to each and every one of your organs in your body. So if you have issues, it's because you have some sort of blockage in your intestine. And of course, with sodium bicarbonate, I do it about every second or third day. I do a tablespoon.
Oh, I lost you.
So what was this about Libras and like the kidneys, and could I get a repeat on that one, please?